This video is proudly sponsored by Newtype. Tools, accessories, model kits, these guys have it. Hop over to newtypeshq.com and use promo code Otaku for 10% off on your next purchase. Hey, what's going on, my dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to another exciting build from the good folks from Bandai, Japan. So why don't we get started with the 1/100 scale Master Grade MS-07B-3 Gouf Custom. And without further ado, let's get to it. Hello and welcome back, my dudes and dudettes, to another unique build from the good folks from Bandai. And if this is your first time coming to the YouTube channel, welcome. So in my previous build, we have delved into the world of these old school Master Grades and building the RX-79G followed by the EZ8. Those kits were absolutely great, but I think it's about time to tackle by far the most popular Master Grade that has been asked to this channel for quite some time, and that, my dudes and dudettes, is the Gouf Custom. Kind of strange name, but it works to its awesome, intimidating look. Now, with this guy, I have watched the MS team front and back for the last 2.5 weeks, and I can truly understand why this particular mobile suit is very popular. And as you can clearly see here from the front and back side, you get a nice representation of the weapon accessories, a sword, a handful of opposable hands, the Gatling gun, and the shield. But when you look on the other side, you can truly see this guy is extremely menacing when he's fully equipped. Another cool feature about this Master Grade is its repositioning eye, so you don't have to keep it stationary. You can have it look left or right to give it a nice dynamic look. And much like the EZ8 Master Grade, it comes with its own very little own pilot, which is piloted by Norm Packer. So enough about that. What's inside the box? As always with these old school kits, you are happily greeted with the finished look of what the Zaku will look like when it's fully painted and assembled. And I love this old school aesthetic, followed by the ever so popular instruction manual. As for the first page, you're going to get a nice representation of what this Zaku will look when it's fully assembled, and I just love this old school 90s look to it. It definitely gives me a nice Pat Weber, but it has more of an emphasis of a Guyver look. I just love that organic design of it. Followed by the next page, give you a nice representation of what you need to do some custom painting on certain key areas while doing some light panel lining. And by far, probably the coolest thing about this model kit is its illustrations of the main body, arms, and legs. Just love that attention to detail, and I love that old school aesthetic. Just love that look. Followed by the next page gives you pretty much a rundown of what you expect for the weapon accessories, which is the Gatling shield, weapon accessory with the sword, and a brief history of the main pilot, once again, Norm Packer. Followed by the next page gives you a nice rundown of the lore of this particular mobile suit. But probably by far the nice thing I like about this, it gives you a good understanding of what you can put this guy in its iconic action poses like you would see in the anime, which by far, it still holds up beautifully to this day. And on the following page gives you a nice color guide to do some custom painting if you choose to do so, but I would highly recommend you do give it a shot so that you can break out of your comfort zone, which I do like. And on the second to last page, you're going to get a complete diagram on where you're going to be applying the sticker decals and the dry transfer. So overall, I'm super excited to building this particular mobile suit. But let's talk about the runners, and these runners are quite unique. Followed by the first runners up are going to be these nice sky blue pieces for the shoulders and legs. As for the next runners, you can get a small assortment of gray pieces which are going to be primarily for the knees and feet, followed up by a small 3-inch figurine of the main pilot itself. As for the next pieces, we're going to get a nice aqua blue pieces, followed by the actual dry transfers and sticker decals, and right behind it is the actual inner frame pieces for the legs and forearms. The blue itself is not accurate to what you'd see in the anime, so we're going to be fixing it later on down the road. Followed by 2 unique clear pieces for this mobile suit, which is going to be an orange for the main weapon accessories scope, followed by the other orange pieces would be for the main cockpit, more weapon accessories for the inner frame, and at the same time weapon accessories, more of these, oh god, Phillips head screwdrivers, so there's actually more work with those, just like in the previous build, more inner frame pieces, more pre-posable hands, followed up by more sky blue pieces, and more inner frame pieces for the hip, shoulders, and elbows. So overall, pretty excited for this particular mobile suit. I've been wanting to build this for a long time. So normally when I do my builds, I usually do it like in a 3-step system. Do the main body, legs, arms, and then weapon accessories towards the very end. But this time around, I want to switch things up and tackle the main weapon accessories because these guys definitely deserve a lot of love and attention, and they just look so cool.
Sidewalk. Oh, I think
Otaku builder from the future. Just want to personally apologize for not making this accurate when I was making this video. I just discovered this towards the very end when I was building this guy and noticed that the blue for the skirt is not accurate. It's not supposed to be an aqua blue. It's supposed to be like between a range between a violet blue or a medium blue. So I end up goofing on this project. So I do apologize, and please enjoy the rest of the video. dudes and dudettes, as this video is wrapping up, I want to share with you guys my thoughts and impressions about this model kit. So I'm going to talk about the bads and then work my way to the good. So let's talk about the bads. Right off the bat, before I started to work on this project, I got hit up on Instagram and on the YouTube community tab that this kit definitely has some issues with the shoulders and the ball joints in specific key areas. For example, the ball joints for the ankles aren't that stiff enough. They're kind of on a loose ball joint. So if you want to keep him in a static pose, you got to make sure that he's stationary in a way where he doesn't fall over, because that actually happened many times when I was trying to pose this guy and it became somewhat of an issue, but it's not a problem. So there's ways to work around it. But some people were telling me that there was issues with the ball joint on the shoulder where it couldn't hold the weapon stationary. I didn't have that problems at all, but I did have a great deal of issues in trying to put this guy in dynamic poses. Now, granted, these are old school master grades, and they're going to have a great deal of limitations when it comes to posability, and I was already completely aware of that. So don't expect to pull off like too many iconic poses like you would see in the anime. It is limited to where the skirt is. The waist swivel is not that great. It's very static, so you can't do a front or a back crunch. You only can slightly swivel it side by side, but putting that much tension in that area is going to cause a lot of paint chipping, so please be mindful for that. And one little small detail, it's not a big thing. It's hopefully in the future they make like a version 2.0 down the road. I want them to have some kind of like flexibility with the mobile suit's eye. It's very stationary, but in order to make it move left and right, you got to get in there and disassemble the head and then use like a toothpick or a Q-tip and just move left and right. And it's a small little gripe. The modern Zakus have fixed that problem, but you know, hopefully they do a 2.0 down the road. Now for the good part, this kit was freaking cool. I don't think I said freaking cool in a long time, but I love this Zaku. And I'll be more than happy to tell you dudes and duds that it has finally broken my comfort zone of wanting to try more unique Zaku kits, because I didn't know it was this fun to build. I didn't know it was that iconic amongst the Gundam community. And probably by far, the blue that you use for this kit, it's quite beautiful. It's not missing, it's not overpowering, it's very familiar, it's easy to work with, especially if you're doing some custom pre-shading or just doing some custom weathering. It is easy to work with, and I am more than happy to say that I'll be tackling more Zaku kits in this channel in the next couple months and years. So yeah, this kit broke me, but not broke me to the point where I didn't quite get used to the name. Gouf. What a goof! I'm sorry, I've been watching way too much Spaceball, so that's probably the reason why the name stuck to me so beautifully. Anyway, thank you dudes and dudes for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for the likes and shares and the comments. I do read those, even though I don't reply to a lot of it at times. I do read those. Thank you so much for the new subscribers and the new Patreons. It guys helps out the channel tremendously. And as always, I will see you dudes and dudettes on the next video. I said video. Next video. Later. Oh my god, I can't get over that name. What a goof.